All right, folks, buckle up because I'm about to take you on a wild ride through the funhouse mirror that is the United States Congress and Senate. We're talking about the grand old circus where the Save America Act, a bill that in theory is supposed to, save America. It's getting juggled, dropped, and stepped on by a bunch of clowns in suits. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll be wondering why we keep buying tickets to this stupid show. Let's start with the basics of how this whole mess works, shall we? Picture Congress as a dysfunctional family reunion. You've got two houses, the House of Representatives, which is like the loud, overcrowded cousins table with 435 people all shouting over each other about who gets the last slice of pie. Then you've got the Senate, the snooty, self-important uncle table with 100 folks sipping wine and pretending they're wiser just because there's fewer of them. Both houses have to agree on a bill, like the Save America Act, before it can even dream of becoming a law. Sounds simple, right? Ha! Oh, sweet, naive summer child. Let's say someone in the House, maybe a freshman rep with a shred of idealism still clinging to their soul, introduces the Save America Act. It's a beautiful dream. Maybe it's about healthcare for all, fixing crumbling roads, or making sure kids don't go hungry. You know, the stuff that might actually save America. The bill gets tossed into a committee, which is basically a black hole where good ideas go to die. If somehow it survives the committee's meat grinder of amendments and backroom deals, it goes to the House floor for a vote. If 218 of those 435 cousins say aye, it's off to the Senate. Hooray! Progress! Now, the Senate. Oh, the Senate. This is where things get fancy. See, the Senate loves to think of itself as a deliberative body, which is just a polite way of saying they talk until they're blue in the face and nothing gets done. If the Save America Act makes it to the Senate, it's got to get 60 votes to pass because of something called the filibuster. Oh, buckle up, sweetheart, because this is where the real comedy kicks in. Now, what's a filibuster, you ask? Picture a toddler throwing a tantrum in the middle of a grocery store, refusing to move until they get their candy. That's a filibuster. It's a rule that lets any single senator stand up and just talk and talk and talk about anything and everything. They can read Green Eggs and Ham for 24 hours straight if they wanted to. And as long as they keep yapping, the bill can't come to a vote unless 60 senators agree to shut them up. That magic number 60 is called cloture. It's like the grown-up version of bribing the toddler with a lollipop to finally sit down. But here's the kicker. Getting 60 senators to agree on anything is like getting 60 cats to line up for a group photo. Good luck with that. So the Save America Act is stuck in the Senate, held hostage by some senator who's filibustering because a lobbyist slipped him a fat check to kill the bill. Maybe it's big pharma, maybe it's big oil, or big whatever. It really doesn't matter. They've got the cash, and our elected officials have the morals of a used car salesman. Meanwhile, the American people, the ones that this bill is supposed to actually help, are out here watching bridges collapse, medical bills bankrupt families, and schools fall apart. But hey, at least a Senator so-and-so got a new yacht out of the deal, right? Priorities. Let's be real for a second, though. The filibuster sounds like a quirky little Senate tradition, but it is actually a weapon. It's a tool for obstruction wielded by people who care more about power than progress. And cloture? It's a Band-Aid on a broken leg. Sure, 60 votes can end a filibuster, but in a Senate split down the middle by partisan nonsense, getting 60 votes for anything meaningful is a pipe dream. The result? Gridlock, stalemate, a big fat nothing burger for the American people. And that, my friends, is why Congress and the Senate are feckless, utterly, hopelessly, laughably feckless. The Save America Act, whatever it's supposed to do, doesn't stand a chance. No, not because it's a bad idea, but because the system is rigged to prioritize the whims of a few over the needs of the many. These folks in DC, they're not working for us. They're working for the highest bidder. Lobbyists stroll into their offices with briefcases full of campaign contributions. Suddenly, Saving America takes a back seat to saving their re-election fund. It's a pay-to-play game, and we're the ones getting played. Look, I'm not saying every politician is a crook. There are a few, emphasis on few, who genuinely want to help, but they're swimming against a tidal wave of corruption and red tape. The average senator or rep isn't sweating over how to pay their mortgage or feed their kids. They're not living our lives. They're not worrying about the price of gas or whether they can afford to even see a doctor. They're too busy schmoozing at the fundraisers with corporate fat cats to notice that America, the real America, you and me, are hurting. That's why it's so important. No, actually, it's crucial that we start electing honest, knowledgeable people who actually get it. Everyday Americans, not career politicians, not millionaires playing dress up as public servants, but folks who've worked a 9-to-5 job, who've struggled to make rent, who felt the sting of a broken system firsthand like we have. We need people who wake up every day thinking, how can I make life better for my neighbors? Not how can I line my pockets or kiss up to a lobbyist? Truth. The Save America Act, my friends, or any act that could truly help us, won't pass as long as the system is run by people who do not care about us. The filibuster, cloture, all these fancy parliamentary tricks, they're just smoke and mirrors to distract from the fact that Congress and the Senate are failing us. They're failing to deliver on the basic promise of democracy, that our voices actually matter, that our needs come first, that our government really works for us. So what do we do now? We stop voting for the same old suits. That's what we do. We stop falling for the slick campaign ads funded by dark money. We start demanding accountability, and we start showing up not just at the polls every 2 or 4 years, but at town halls, at protests, at every chance we get to make our voices heard. We start running for office ourselves. That's right, folks. Yes, remind them every single day that they work for us and it's not the other way around. We start educating ourselves on the issues, on the Save America Act, on every piece of legislation that could change our lives. We stop letting cable news or social media algorithms spoon feed us half-truths and start digging into the gritty details. We learn who's funding our reps, who's pulling the strings behind the scenes, and we call them out loudly and relentlessly. We start supporting candidates who refuse to take corporate money, who publish their donor lists for all of us to see. Transparency is the key, folks. Who pledge to fight tooth and nail for the little guy, for us. And when they get into office, we don't just pat them on the back and walk away. We keep watching. We keep pushing. We make sure that they know that if they dare sell out, we'll be the first ones in line to vote them out. Because the Save America Act, or any hope of saving America at all, doesn't live in the halls of Congress or the Senate. Our refusal to keep accepting the same old excuses. It lives in our willingness to stand up, to organize, to demand a government that actually represents the people that it claims to serve. So let's stop clapping for the freaking circus, people. Let's stop cheering for the clowns. Let's tear down that big top and build something better together. A system where a bill like the Save America Act doesn't get buried under filibusters and lobbyist dollars, but actually gets a fair shot to make a difference in our lives. Let's elect people who aren't afraid to smash the filibuster if it means getting things done, who aren't afraid to say no to big money, who aren't afraid to fight for us, we the people. America is worth saving, but it's not going to happen from the top down. It's going to happen from the ground up, from you, from me, from all of us who are sick and tired, same old song and dance. So let's start today. Let's start now, because if we don't, no one else will. Make sure to like and subscribe this video. Remember, no matter what life throws at you, you still have potential. God bless you, and God bless America.